In the past year, voices from movements like #MeToo and #TimesUp have flooded the timelines of social media platforms. An unbelievable amount of celebrities and CEOs have been accused of sexual misconduct or assault over the past few years. Men who previously wielded tremendous amounts of power in their industry, such as Harvey Weinstein, Dr. Larry Nassar, and Kevin Spacey, have been rendered jobless and devoid of credibility. Social media has allowed society to come so far in terms of exposing these disgusting people and ostracizing them for their despicable behavior. However, even though social media has allowed so many people to speak out about their experiences, the groundworks of tech development that have allowed social media to develop into what it has today don't have the same positive ethical values. What does that mean? Well, social media is not neutral. Have you ever thought about how technology is made and developed instead of just thinking about what you're using? Most people don't realize that in order to power the devices that these platforms operate on, minerals like coltan, gold, tin, cassiterite, and many others have to be extracted from war-torn regions like the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Central African Republic. Obviously, this doesn't seem problematic. Like, you could just sit and play Angry Birds on your phone and not think about this. But the mining of these substances has fueled armed ethnic conflict, child labor, and the rape of thousands of women. How crazy is that? Thus, when liking, sharing, or commenting in support of the #MeToo movement, we are inadvertently fueling the same problems we're protesting against. Now, I'm not saying the movement's great, obviously, but we need to address this. So, where does it start? We could trace back the rise of conflict minerals to the 1994 Rwandan genocide, which occurred between the country's Hutu and Tutsi ethnic groups. In the Rwandan genocide, Hutu power groups called the Interahamwe led mass killings of Tutsis and pro-peace Hutus, murdering 800,000 people in approximately 100 days. That is a lot of people. In response, the Tutsi-led Rwandan Patriotic Front, also known as RPF, overthrew the Rwandan Hutu government, causing 2 million refugees, including thousands of Hutu militiamen, to spill in the Kivu province of the Congo. Events get really complicated from there, so I'm going to circle back to what's happening now with regards of social media and its relationship with these conflict minerals. So I'm going to pivot a little bit. I could drone on and on about Central African history, but obviously no one really wants to listen to that. So I'm basically here to make you understand why this conflict is important. So to do that, I'm going to tell you about how I was introduced to the issue of conflict minerals. So ironically, I actually found out about conflict minerals from a YouTube video on my phone. I pulled up YouTube, like I can in 0.1 seconds, and I was watching conspiracy theory videos late at night, actually, as one does when their obnoxious roommate refused to stop yelling into his mic while playing video games at 12:30 a.m. Like, come on. And a video popped up in my recommended feed that would change my outlook on tech development. I was appalled by the lack of universal knowledge in terms of conflict mineral mining, widespread violence, and horrendous working conditions. As I learned more about these conflict minerals, I had an epiphany. You see, discovering all this information posed a troubling moral dilemma for me. On the one hand, I had a choice to continue using my phone, a device I could use to spread awareness to people about what I learned about conflict minerals. In fact, I could open my phone right now. I have iMessage right here, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I could reach out to hundreds, thousands of people in the tap, like right here at my fingertips. But People just don't really know about the horrific working conditions, war, and sexual violence occurring in the Congo and Central Africa. But with me not using a device I love so much, what would not using it do? But if I do continue using it knowing all of this, what does that say about my morals? What message would it give if I continued using my phone, knowing the horrible things happening because of its production? Would getting rid of my phone even accomplish anything in the grand scheme of things? Would it be better to just pretend like I don't know anything and not say anything to people so they don't think that I'm using my phone or not using my phone as some sort of protest? I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that question is. And ideally, I'd want to wait until this horrible process is fixed, but I don't have any confidence that that's going to happen anytime soon. And frankly, there's no reason to believe it will. But I continued to research to try to clarify some of these questions I was having. And so I researched more, and I found that as this insatiable demand for innovation of technology, so has the need of these minerals, of gold, coltan, tin, tungsten, cassiterite, and other valuable minerals. And each individual mineral isn't actually all that useful, but it's the product. It's the iPhone, it's the Mac, it's all these PCs and phones that take all of these things and mold them together to make each thing invaluable. The gold coats the wires in your phone. Coltan helps store the electricity. Tin makes our phone able to vibrate to help wake us up in the morning because we're too irresponsible to go to bed at a reasonable time and wake up when we need to. And although small, together they're extraordinarily valuable. In fact, according to The Guardian, rebel groups in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 2017 alone generated almost $1 billion from minerals extracted in mines. And it's expected that this number has only grown tremendously since then and will continue to grow tremendously. The cash flow from these conflict minerals being sold and used to make phones and other technologies is crucial to the war effort, and combatants are willing to use brutality to obtain the minerals. And the rival groups have resorted to violence, rape, human trafficking to try to seize power in the region and take control of these minerals, because whoever controls the minerals basically controls the region, because that's where all the money is. So though I believed learning all of that would offer me a clear decision in terms of what to do with my mobile device, I instead realized how much more complicated and interconnected our world is. And frankly, it isn't a question of if I'm going to continue using my phone, because I think both you and I know that I'm not just going to stop using it. That's not going to happen. I'm addicted to it. But it's about how you're going to use it. So I came to the conclusion that we can do something. Even if we are using unethically sourced phones, we can use our unethically sourced phones to demand ethically sourced materials. If we're going to use devices whose productions promote rape and murder in conflict area, we sure as hell have to use them to spread awareness. Awareness is the first step to solving anything. For instance, environmental awareness. People used to not even be aware of global warming and all these environmental issues, but on social media, even stupid things like people posting "Save the Earth" fresh out of their 20-minute boiling hot shower session. Is it really saving the earth? Not directly, no, but by spreading awareness, it's the first step to eventually creating outlets that will help prevent the issue from getting worse and trying to find ways to solve it. So environmental issues, for instance, there's been increased efforts to thwart environmental issues because of increased awareness globally. And although environmental awareness, sexual awareness, political awareness, they're all extremely important, and they've been on the rise with the development of social media, and they should continue to be shared on social media and known worldwide. But we need to bring to light things that make us uncomfortable. And armed ethnic conflict caused by us indirectly, obviously not on purpose, but caused by us buying these devices and being addicted to these devices needs to be addressed. Thank you.